Hey guys, it's your girl Londyn, and today we are going to be doing a look on the brand new Pat McGrath Holiday 2021 palette. So, if you guys are interested in that, then you just stick around because we're going to get right into it. Okay guys, Pat McGrath Holiday. So last year Pat McGrath came out with this beautiful palette. I will insert pictures somewhere over here. It was a gorgeous holiday palette, and it was a mega Mothership palette. So you had a lot of her shades. Some were from previous palettes, some were newer, but it really gave you an introduction into Pat McGrath. And in fact, I believe I had like one tiny quad from Pat McGrath, but that was my first real kind of introduction to her, was that palette, and ever since then I have really enjoyed her. So this year for 2021, Pat McGrath came out with another mega Mothership palette. Now, I will say I was slightly agitated because this just launched a few days ago. I got it on launch day at lunchtime for like 98 bucks. Literally, like 18 hours later, it was down to $78. So that taught me a valuable lesson. Don't be so quick on the clutch. Just, it's going to be there. It's only makeup. If you don't get it, it's not that big of a deal. Hold yourself back. You don't have to rush into everything. Although it was only like a $20 difference, it still was just, a big kind of calm down because I was slightly agitated with it, not going to lie. So let's look at the new Pat McGrath Mega Mothership palette. This right here is the Unicorn. And I really do, let's turn it this way, I really do enjoy it. Now, when I first saw this, I thought this was going to be for the Lunar New Year. It just has the traditional, pink and gold Pat McGrath logos. But then the box itself, I don't know what it just gave me. I think it was the red and the gold. It gave me Lunar New Year vibes. And so thought I knew what the inside of the palette was going to look like because it looked like Lunar New Year. This did not look like that, but that's okay. This is the palette itself. It has the same design as the Unicorn, which I like. I hate when they do two different designs because then you end up having to keep that Unicorn if you want that design. And I don't like to keep the Unicorns. And a lot of people keep the Pat McGrath Unicorns, but I don't particularly care to do so. I'm just not trying to take up that kind of space. So this is the package, and it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 18. So it's 18 shadows. It has a 12-month shelf life, and it is very weighty. So the palette from last year was thinner, and it was kind of lightweight, cardboard, and people complained that it didn't feel like the standard Pat McGrath quality. However, when she's giving you 18 shades for between $78 and $98, that is what it is. This one is much weightier, and it is semi thick, but it's really nice. So when it opens up, it has a full mirror right here. So it does still have the film over it, so that way I'm not blinding you guys. And then it does, again, have these ribbons on the side, which I also know people really complained about because, one, the ribbons don't allow this to go all the way back. If you cut them, it will. And two, while you're doing your makeup, what I'd found is that the ribbons sometimes cause it to close, and that can be obnoxious. So let's take a look at the colors of the palette. So this is the color layout. So again, even just the layout of the colors was giving me Lunar New Year vibes, but these definitely aren't Lunar New Year shades. This to me looks like springtime, but I mean, you can wear it whatever color you want, whenever you want, but it just, I don't know, it reminds me of spring. It doesn't really remind me of holiday, which I guess is nice because then you're more apt to wear it the other like 9 months of the year and not just over the holiday season. So that is the palette right there. I'm not going to do swatches, and that's just because there's a ton of videos out there that have swatches, and there's 18 shades, and your girl does not have arm hang time like that. So let's go ahead and let's get into the look. I don't know what I'm going to do yet, so this could go yay or it could go nay. So let's just take a look-see-loo and let's see here. Now, as you know, Pat, she usually does tons of shimmers, tons of metallics. So in this, there is 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 4 matte shades. There is this pink and brown right here, and then there's also this brown and pink right here. So you have a mid-tone pink and brown, and then you have a little bit of a deeper pink and brown. And those are the only mattes. Everything else is either a metallic, a shimmer, something like that inside of the palette. I do like, though, how, I'm just noting this as I'm looking at it, the black in here it's a nice plastic, so it's not a cardboard or anything like that. That is also a nice plastic. You see these ribbons, it's making it very difficult to hold, and it keeps wanting to shut on me. So I want to try to go with the most kind of not look that I could get from any of her other palettes as possible. You know, Pat loves her pinks and loves her browns, so I don't really want to go for a look like that. This shade looks slightly more orange in the promo photos. This one right here, so that's slightly disappointing, but I think that I am going to nonetheless. It's so hard because it's not really holiday, but I think I'm going to go in with that shade. And they do have color names on the back of them. This is, I believe, it's called Krupp Copper. I'll try to put a picture up on the screen and go ahead and let you guys know what I'm using. So I'm using the Colourpop E13 brush, and this is just kind of like a fat, flat shader brush, and I'm going to put this, I think, all over the lid. Let me move my mirror back just a little bit. So I think I'm going to put this all over the lid. And this is not something typically that I would do, but, you know, Pat, Natasha, and Charlotte, they love a good shimmer all over and even into the crease. So I'm just going to take this and put this all over. And typically I don't start my look like this either. I usually will start it traditionally, like with the crease color and then doing the outer corner and then going in. But today I'm going to do something a little bit different, considering I have absolutely no idea where this look is going and what it's going to look like. So let's go ahead and do this. So far though, this is a nice shade. It's blending out nicely. To be quite honest with you, ooh, my eye is kind of doing a little weird thing there. To be honest with you, I would not expect anything other than blendability from Pat. She just has an excellent quality, especially with her shimmers. So this is not something that I would expect anything less from Pat on. So I'm not surprised, but nonetheless, I am happy. Because sometimes when brands come out with holiday palettes, the formulas can get a little wonky, and you're not quite sure what you're dealing with. So I really like the way that that looks. It's a very nice shade. That would be a very nice shade too for kind of summertime. So I like that. Okay. Let's go in with something, let's just do the outer corner. Let's go in with a Wayne Gloss 19. So this is a little bit of a small brush here. And I think that in the outer corner, I'm going to keep it weird, and I'm going to go in again with another shimmer. So we're going to go in with this brown shimmer. And I know I'm just surprising myself too, doing a whole shimmer look here. But again, I'm trying to have a holiday look, even though the shades to me don't scream holiday. Trying to use some finishes that feel a bit more holiday, and that is actually very, very, very pigmented. So we'll blend these out on the corner and up through. And I think because it's a shimmer, it blends clearly differently than a matte, but it's really keeping its punch a little more than a matte. But I kind of like this whole high shine look that we're doing here. And what I really like about shimmers is that, especially with patch shimmers, you don't have to go into them 5, 6, 7 times. They really just go on, and they're kind of there, and they're kind of punchy from the beginning. So again, I really like this look. I'm feeling like it's summertime, but again, I still really like it. So we're going to take this same brush, and we're going to use our color switch, which I have right here, and then we're just going to put a brush in it so that way it can take some of the color off. And we're going to now, I thought we were going to go in with a matte, but we're not. We're going to go into this peachy shade. This is also another shimmer. And we're going to go right here on the top, almost like it's a brow bone, but I'm really just trying to buff out the look that we have going with it. Now this I don't mind because since I have hooded eyes, I am used to taking shimmers into my crease on a daily occasion. Otherwise it will be too hard for myself and anybody else to actually see my eye color because the little hood on the hooded eyes just kind of takes over. And I am really liking this look. This is coming out very, very nice. Okay, considering I had no idea where I was going to go with this, or what it would look like once I put it on, I am pleasantly surprised at what this is looking like so far, and I'm really enjoying it. So, let's see. I want to kind of use one of them as a liner, so I'm going to take my Alamar Cosmetics, just kind of like a flat brush like this. We're going to use this for liner. I think the liner that we're going to use, now we're going to use the matte. We're going to go in with the deepest brown in the palette, and we're going to line our eyes. So, how are you guys feeling about this palette in comparison to last year's palette, in comparison to Pat's other palettes? I know that since, you know, Pat has tons of Mothership palettes out there, and this is a Mega Mothership. I don't even think I said the full name of this. This is the Mega Mothership Celestial Odyssey palette. A lot of times with brands, you'll see like a Colourpop. You'll see like repeat shades or shades that are very close. But everybody knows that Pat loves her pinks, and she loves her like brownie colors. I know a lot of people have started to kind of complain that maybe she loves them too much because every one of her palettes seem to kind of be dominated by shades that are super similar. So I really like that as a liner. I think that went on very, very nice. Bump it out just a little bit. Very nice. Okay. Very cool. So I really like that. And then since we're here, let's just go ahead and do the lower also. But yeah, like I was saying, people are saying that perhaps she is using them a little bit too much, and they would like to see some other color stories from her. Would you guys like to see like a, was it Circa Loco from a Pat McGrath, the way we saw with Natasha Denona? Or do you like her kind of almost predictable color pattern with the palettes, but the quality's there? I mean, what do you guys think about that? I'm not really sure what I think about it. I think that you definitely don't need every one of Pat's palettes because you're going to have a lot of overlap, but I think some people like that. Okay, so now I think that we're going to go into the inner third with the other brown shade in the palette, which is slightly lighter. It's almost like a rosewood, so we don't go in too dark. And just lighten it up just a little bit, like this. Very nice. And again, I think this is a really, really nice look. Is it winter? Is it holiday? Debatable, but I do like it. Now, I think that I want to add a little something to the eye, because while I think that it's pretty, yeah, I think we're going to go in, and there is kind of like this brown, it's actually, it's like brown, gold, and pink right here. I just want to put it right here kind of in the center of the lid, just to jazz it up just a bit. Nothing too much, but just jazz it just a little bit. See that? This is the one that has it, this is the one that doesn't. So I think it just jazzed it up just a bit, just to give us a little more sparkle, give us a little more shine. But I don't want it to take away from what we already had. I just want to kind of almost spotlight it. Ooh, that's very pretty. Okay, loving it. Now let's go ahead and see, is there any other colors we wanted to bring to it to do it. And I kind of think that we're actually good. I think we're going to go ahead and do the inner corner. And for the inner corner, I think that I'm going to use this beautiful green that's in the palette. It stands out to me. It's really pretty. And I just want to see what that would look like right here. Ooh, ooh, very pretty. In the inner corner, just to give it a little bit of a different life. Okay, this is really pretty. Oh my gosh, I think this is my favorite. Oh wow, my favorite color in the palette. It's gorgeous. That's a beautiful, beautiful green. Love, love that. You know what? She has this beautiful, no, we're not gonna use that. Okay, we're just gonna stick here with this. But I think I do want to use a color to kind of just buff out a little bit on the lower lash line. So we're going to take the Wayne Goss number 6 brush. This is just kind of a, I really don't even know how to explain it. It's like a flat kind of fluffy brush. And I think that I want to kind of blend the bottom lash line out. And I kind of want to do it with a shimmer. Ugh. Okay, so I think we're going to go here in the corner with a little bit of this champagne shimmer. Make sure we get a little bit of that off because we certainly don't want to have it go haywire here. Oh my gosh, I patted it off and it was literally like all of it came off. That could be a good or a bad thing. Oh, man. Okay. No, I can't. I'm sorry, I'm not that brave. It's just looking like it's going to be glitter everywhere. So instead what we're going to do is we're going to blend it out with this beautiful kind of typical Pat McGrath rosy mauve color. I'm just going to hit it with a little bit of that. Just to help ground the lower lash line just a little bit more. Excellent, excellent. Beautiful. Okay. Awesome. So we are done with that. So we used 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 shades. So we used half the palette. I think it looks really pretty. Very nice look. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do my mascara. I'm going to do any other liner or anything. Come back. We'll chat about it and I will show you the final look. So give me 1 second and I'll be right back. Okay guys, so I am back. I have my liner, lashes on, not lashes, mascara, and I want to go ahead and talk about everything. So what I use for my lower lash line, because we'd already done the upper lash line with the shadows, is I used my Colourpop gel liner in the color Swerve. This is just black. I just thought that usually I would wear a brown or a color. I usually don't wear black, but I thought that black was just nice with this look because it was the majority kind of brown midtones. And I think it really needed something to kind of ground itself. I think it paired nicely with the brown powder eyeshadow we have on the top of the lash line with the liner at the top. It kind of balanced out the brown and the black, and I think it really kind of enhanced my brown eyes, if I do say so myself. For mascara, I used of course, my Kat Von D Epic Curl. This is mascara primer, and it is a black mascara primer, although it does look gray. This is awesome. This is the best mascara primer ever. I don't even know if they still sell this, but I'm definitely going to go on the Kat Von D website today, or I keep saying Kat Von D, KVD website today and see if they still sell it. If they do, I'm going to get another one because I really enjoy that. And then I used a new mascara today. I got this one from BoxyCharm. And this is Give Them La La Beauty. And this was actually really nice. I really love the packaging and I really like the wand. The wand is just straightforward. It's not too fat. It's not too thin. I really liked it. It was a mid-tone, not mid-tone, but a mid-consistency mascara. It wasn't too runny. It wasn't too dry. I really liked it. And I think, of course, paired with that perfect KVD lash primer, I think it just looks very beautiful. I also used it on my lower lashes and I really liked it. And I didn't think that I need to put it on lashes or anything. So let's talk about the palette. The palette itself, again, I really do enjoy the packaging, although I thought it was the Lunar New Year. I love that you have a huge mirror, although I will never use it. Oh, my finger just went into a shade because the ribbon fell. And I do like, if you gave this to me as a spring palette, I would have enjoyed it more. As a holiday palette, it doesn't feel holiday to me. And I get that you can just use this year round, but I don't know. I guess I was just expecting something a little bit different in comparison to last year's palette, which I think really felt holiday. This feels like some of Pat's palettes all put together, and then like that pop of green is something that she wouldn't have done in her regular Mothership, so she put it in here, and she really should. And even the black one, she really should put something like that in her Mothership palettes. I think that a lot of people are going to have a problem with the fact that there's only 4 mattes, and the mattes are just different tones of themselves. 2 kind of pinky rose mattes, 2 brown mattes, and that's it. And the rest are all shimmers, metallics, whatever you want to define them as. I did like the look as far as we used basically all shimmers on the whole lid, and the only matte we used was as a liner. I thought it was gorgeous. But I don't know if I really think it was worth the $98. I think that this, if I'm being quite honest with you, I feel like this would definitely be worth like a $55 to $65 range. 78 on sale and really 98 regular price. I just don't. I know it's Pat McGrath, so I'm not talking about just paying for a name, because I know that's a lot of what you're paying for. I just don't see it. I don't think that there's anything particularly special about this palette. I know this is going to be unpopular opinion, but I just don't feel like there's anything special about this palette. I like it. I enjoy it. I'll continue to enjoy it, but it just doesn't wow me. When I look at it, it doesn't make me think like, ooh, I want to pick this up out of my collection and I want to use it. It's not inspiring me. I think that this could go perfect maybe with some of your other palettes, but to me it just reminds me of single eyeshadow shades. Like this might as well be like a Z palette, and these are just single eyeshadow shades there, because together I just don't get it. Perhaps if I knew the story behind the layout and why she chose these colors, maybe that would inspire me a bit more, but as it is, not really at all. So would I buy it again? No. If I knew then what I knew now, I would not purchase it again. However, now that I have it, I'm going to enjoy it. But if it were to get lost, I wouldn't need to run out and repurchase it. I probably wouldn't even remember that I had it. And I do like Pat McGrath shadows. I just don't think that this for me was the best palette from her for me. But like I said, I have it. I'm going to use it. But I wouldn't repurchase it again. Again, I know that that is going to be an unpopular opinion, and if you love this palette, I hope you continue to love it. And if it inspires you every day, I hope it continues to inspire you. It's just for me, and I think probably for people who have a lot of her palettes, this might not be the best from her. Although it's a great collector's palette, it's great just to kind of, if you really enjoy Pat McGrath, to kind of round out everything. But again, it doesn't inspire me. It's not something that I would just run to go pick up, and I definitely would not repurchase it again. Although that's not based off of formula. Formula was perfect. It's Pat McGrath. You're going to get quality shadows. It just doesn't inspire me as far as the color layout. I don't get the cohesion of it. I don't get the packaging and then what's coming inside. I just don't get it. So for me, it's a good quality palette and I will use it, but it definitely would not be a repurchase, and I would not have purchased it if I knew then what I knew now. So tell me what you guys think about the palette. Did you get it? Do you want to get it? What are your thoughts about it? What are your thoughts about Pat McGrath in general? Let me know about her color stories, how you guys are feeling about it. Do you think she should switch it up? Tell me what your thoughts and feelings are about the palette. I'm really looking forward to Kinky Sweat's video about the palette, because again, to me, she's like the Pat McGrath like connoisseur, and I'm really interested to see what look she does, what her thoughts are on it, because she has like full collections of Pat McGrath and things like that. So I'm very interested to see what her thoughts are going to be on the palette too. So thank you guys so much for sticking around with me. Again, hit up the comment section. Let's have a conversation. I love you guys so much. If you enjoyed the video, please give me 2 very enthusiastic thumbs up. Not 1, but 2. And if you have not already, hit that subscribe button and notification bell so you can be notified of all my new videos. Also, if you haven't, head on over to Instagram, follow me there at Londyn Brielle so you can see what I do with my life when I'm not here with you on the YouTubes. And guys, I always appreciate you spending your time with me, because you could be anywhere else, but you're here with me, and I appreciate that. So until next time, guys, I love you, I miss you, and I will see you on the flip side. I love you guys. Bye.